Meanwhile, as the RNC gets going this week, former President Trump has made his decision on a running mate, a freshman senator from Ohio. Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow has more now on how J.D. Vance could affect this election.
Ohio's back in the center focus of national politics.
It's a great day for Ohio.
Ohio's U.S. Senator J.D. Vance is officially the Republican nominee for vice president, joining former President Donald Trump's ticket. And Governor Mike DeWine is praising Trump's pick.
I think what President Trump did is to find someone who is younger, but who is very consistent with what the president has been talking about and what he stands for.
Republican strategist Bob Clegg agrees and explains that this is a great choice to appeal to a wider audience.
Age has become a big issue in this campaign. So how do you emphasize this more by putting the first millennial ever to be on a national ticket?
Vance is unique. He's young, about to turn 40. He grew up in poverty, went to law school, and worked in Silicon Valley, and wrote the bestseller Hillbilly Elegy based on his Southwest Ohio upbringing. Clegg adds that Trump probably sees a lot of himself in Vance as well.
It was somebody that never started in politics, but later found his way into politics after being successful in the private sector.
State Rep Josh Williams is an honorary delegate at the RNC. He says Vance's background will help him debate Vice President Kamala Harris, a longtime prosecutor and politician who was formerly a U.S. Senator and Attorney General in California.
I think J.D. Vance would destroy Kamala Harris in a debate. He's a very educated, he thinks logically through issues, and it becomes really energized when he finds the issue.
DeWine acknowledges Harris's background, but says Vance will hold his own against the current VP.
He'll do fine. Look, he'll do fine. Look, she's very formidable. She's a former prosecutor. I'm a former prosecutor, so she's got a lot of experience. But again, I think he'll do very well.
Vance is expected to speak at the convention in the coming days. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trow reporting.
If elected, J.D. Vance would be the third youngest vice president ever. So the question now becomes, what happens to Vance's Senate seat here in Ohio if the Republican ticket wins in November? According to state law, Section 3521.02 of the Ohio Revised Code, to be exact, Governor DeWine would select a replacement to fill the seat if Vance is sworn in as VP in January of 2025. And then another special election will be held in 2026 to determine who would serve out the remainder of Vance's term, which expires in January of 2029. The Biden campaign released a statement on the pick, saying in part, billionaires and corporations are literally rooting for J.D. Vance. They know he and Trump will cut their taxes and send prices skyrocketing for everyone else.